So, have you seen this right here? This is the monthly temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center for July. If you're looking for heat, it looks like it's going to be above average. And in fact, a pretty good chance. In fact, likely above average in the east, also back across the Rockies. And if you look at this, the takeaway is a good chunk of the country looking above average as we head into July. Even if that's just the first couple of weeks in July, the mid-range, long-range outlooks are looking a little hot. So I can see why they're going with that. So that's what we're looking like long range. In the short term, though, we do have some thunderstorms in the forecast for Saturday. Some of these could get strong, especially from Wisconsin back into Iowa, Missouri, and then into parts of Illinois. Also into the Northeast, too. We'll have some storms fire up here into the afternoon and into the northern plains. Thunderstorms potentially could produce a few tornadoes from Michigan back into parts of Missouri, Iowa, even Wisconsin and Illinois. This will be the strongest area for thunderstorms into the afternoon. The main threat, though, I think will be damaging winds also across parts of North Dakota and here into the Northeast, too, especially into the afternoon. Let's time some of this out. We're going to start here across the central part of the country, and we're also watching what could have become a tropical system. It doesn't look like it's going to off the Georgia coast. We're going to look at that in just a second, but as we move through the day on Saturday, we'll see these thunderstorms really confined here across parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin. These shouldn't be too strong, but as we head into the afternoon, especially say 1, 2, 3 o'clock into the afternoon, these will start to really pick up in intensity. Some damaging winds possible. Again, there could be an isolated tornado, especially if some of these start to get supercellular. There could be some what we call notchiness to the squall line that moves through as we see some rotation spin up. There'll be enough wind shear. So that will be something to watch, especially into parts of Wisconsin and then eventually into parts of Illinois and as far back, again, Iowa, also into Missouri. Not a huge tornado threat, but definitely not a zero. And then most of that severe weather calms down as we head into Saturday night. Across the east, any storms that are going through Friday evening will settle down. There's what's going to be potentially our tropical system. The National Hurricane Center is saying it's likely not to form into a depression. In fact, it's going to move on shore somewhere near Savannah, really across coastal Georgia and Florida. A lot of tropical rain possible with this. In fact, that's just going to kind of sit here and spin. But as we head into Saturday afternoon, this will be the area to watch for severe thunderstorms. And there could be a few strong storms, I think, even across parts of Georgia, South Carolina. You're going to have a lot of wind shear with that circulation around that low as it moves ashore. So an isolated tornado, I don't think could ever be ruled out in an environment like this, especially with the summer heat that we're seeing. Again, into the afternoon, here is where we need to watch for storms into the evening hours, and there come the big storms back across parts of the Midwest. That look really calms down as we head into early Sunday morning, and then during the day Sunday, some of these may refire again a little bit further to the east, so our severe weather threat does shift a little further to the east. At this point, it's not looking maybe as strong as Saturday, but something to keep an eye on over the next 24 hours. The upward pattern, definitely a hot one. This dominating ridge will continue, but this right here, that's going to be our weak system that will be moving through the northeast as we head into Saturday and Sunday. That's going to bring those rain showers, and then the heat just continues to build back here across the central part of the country. What I think is something to watch will be these impulses that are swinging through in the large waves in the atmosphere, especially as we move into Wednesday and Thursday. So some of these long wave patterns could potentially bring some storms, but the heat continues across the west at least into next week. High temperatures on Saturday, another hot one. Not a lot of relief on Sunday either. In fact, we may be even hotter across the south. Temperatures starting to cool down some, though, in the northeast and across the Great Lakes, back into the 80s and 70s. But if anything, the heat starts to build back to the west as we move into Monday and Tuesday. And again, a hot Saturday here as well. Sunday, high temperatures, another hot one. In fact, we warm up back across parts of Oklahoma, West Texas, upper 90s, close to 100, and it's going to get really hot as we head into Monday with a lot of triple-digit heat starting to break out across the central part of the country. And look, I was talking to someone in Phoenix today. They said it was just baking, and that's typical for this time of year, right? But it's hot also into the Central Valley of California, 105, 107, potentially 110, 112 in some of the hotter spots. And that heat is going to stick around for the next several days. So the hot weather pattern, I think, is here for a little while. Again, into the tropics really quickly before I leave you for the day. Again, we're watching this weak system here off the coast of Georgia and Florida. If you look here, it says, again, it's a well-defined area of circulation, but the recent Air Force reconnaissance indicated just some of that low-level circulation at about 35 miles per hour. Only a small increase in organization of the showers could result in the formation of a short-lived tropical depression before it moves into Florida and Georgia tonight. So again, if you're in that area, you want to pay attention to the weather over the next 12 hours or so. And then we're looking here into the Gulf of Mexico for this weak system here that could move into the Gulf of, and into, well, it's in the Bay of Campeche now, and it could continue to move into this direction and maybe gain strength over the next couple of days. This will be an area to watch, again, as that moves toward Mexico and Texas, where we just saw Alberto move ashore. Just over the last, 24 hours or so. So very active across the country for the next couple of days. It looks like we stay that way with more showers and storms. And again, there's that next system. I think that will be something to watch maybe Tuesday and Wednesday. That might even bring another round of severe weather across the Northeast and into the Midwest. I'll be watching it. If you enjoy this content, I hope you'll come back. Thanks for watching the video today, guys. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll catch you next time right here. See ya.